Okay, on the second part, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using Excel to run my regression model. The reason I'm using Excel is instead of using SAS, I don't want to go to this. I don't want to go to the lab every single day, and just because I need SAS, you can do the same thing. You can get exactly the same output using Excel. So I do it at home, and I can just on the last day when everything is fine, I just run it on SAS and get the final output. It's basically the same thing. We might be able to hand in the Excel format, which has no difference. So anyways, it's up to you. So anyways, to start, we have to make sure that our Excel has the regression analysis package already installed. If it doesn't, we can add it in. It's different with different versions of Excel, but normally you can add it yourself. So you find out, you go to, I don't know what version do you have, but normally on the top, you know, when you go on the top of your Excel, it says home, insert, page layout, formula, data on the top, left top on the menu. You click on either options or tools. If it's not there, you see this little sign on Excel right above home. There's a little 3 mark. It's a colored sign, round color sign. You click on that, then you go to options from here. You see, here's my options. I don't know if you can see it or no. It says Excel options. So you click on this, and then it's gonna, on the left side, it says add-ins. Add-ins. You click on add-ins, then it's gonna it's a whole list of all the packages. You click analysis tool pack. Whatever there is, it says analysis tool pack, then analysis tool pack VBA. Click both, like select both, and then underneath says go, and make sure you click OK to add it in. Once you do this, close your Excel and open it again. Once you open it, go to, once again on the top, you see it says home, insert, page layout on the top menu. Click on data, and click on data over here, and look on the right side, right in here on the right side, and here you see something. Let me turn the camera. Right on this side you see something called data analysis. So you see this been added now, your data analysis right there. So I got my information from that Global Insight website. Here I have quarter 1 1973, starting 1973, quarter 1, quarter 2, 3, 4, 5, my first column under A. Under B I have Canada GDP, which is my dependent Y value. Underneath Canada GDP, all the numbers. Then my independent variables, my B1, B2, B3, I have highlighted them in yellow. So this is US GDP, exchange rate, interest rate, time. They are not in order, so make sure you put them according to the assignment order. But basically the idea is I'm running my model, and I'm looking at if I change any of these, what's the effect of change in US GDP, exchange rate, real interest rate, time, which is my independent variables. If I change any of these, what's gonna happen to Canadian GDP, which is my dependent variable? So what I do, I have put all this information here. Now I go to sorry, I'm just thinking. Okay, so what I do, I go on the right side. Once again, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Come on the right side, click on data analysis. A box opens, and then you look for regression. Regression. Here it is. Regression is here. I choose regression. I click OK. A box opens. The box first called first text asks input Y range. So for your Y range, what I do, I just select my dependent Canada GDP information. I select the title, and I go, let me turn the camera, So I select all this area. I'm gonna do only 10 records. You guys can do more than that. Actually, I'm gonna do 15 records. So you go up to the end. I select it, including the title. Then I go to the second box. You see the second box here? It says input X range. I come and I select all my dependent variables, which starts with US GDP, exchange rate, real interest rate, time, same number. I'm gonna do 15 records. I select all and then leave it. So then in this box, in this pop-out, I have something called labels. I check labels. It means in the information that I have selected, labels are included on the first row. So the Excel will know that the first row is not information, it's just the names. And I click new worksheet by, make sure it says new worksheet PLY. I check that, so my output gonna show up in a new worksheet. I click on OK. That's it. This is my output. So what I need in my table is basically the first thing I do, I look at my R-square value and adjusted R. Let me highlight it. My R-square value is 0.94, which is great. 1 is perfect, 0 is worse. Minus 0.94, which is almost close, which is almost 1. So this is great. Then I check my adjusted R-square, which is right in here underneath R-square. My adjusted R-square is 0.93, which is a little bit less than R-square. That's how it's supposed to be. Adjusted R-square must be less than R-square, which is great too. Then I have the value of my standard error underneath 1.21. Number of observations is 14 because I chose 14 records, right? Then I come down underneath coefficient standard error. Right under this, I see first is my intercept. My intercept is 87.25. My intercept value is actually the YZ. And if you look at the assignment and the question, it says, the question 1, the model says YT is equal to alpha 0. Alpha 0 is the value of my intercept. So this is my intercept, 87.25. Then there are my dependent variables, which is US GDP, exchange rate, real interest rate, time. US GDP is 0.09. It's positive, which is great because it means when US GDP increases, was when people in US become rich, they're gonna buy more Canadian stuff. So that's a positive relationship. They get more, we get more. Our GDP goes up when their GDP goes up. Then underneath US GDP I have exchange rate, which is positive again. You see 0.85. It means when exchange rate increases in the market, our goods become cheaper, so foreigners will come and buy our goods. Our exports will increase, causing our GDP to increase, so it's positive. Then comes the value of real interest rate. You see here, real interest rate, my value is negative. It must be negative. It means if real interest rate, if Canada's interest rate increases, if the government increase interest rate in Canada, GDP decreases, so investments will decrease. It's a negative relationship causing GDP to decrease. And finally, the time is positive. As time goes on, GDP increases, and that's it. These are my my coefficients are all perfect, and standard error value, t-stat, p-value, everything is here. I have F in here too, MS, SS, degrees of freedom, and that's it. So basically this is my model.